Hello everyone. Hi to all my subscribers. How is everyone doing today? I hope today's Friday. The week is done. It went by so fast. The whole month, as a matter of fact, it's going by so fast. Anyway, folks, I hope everybody's having a good day. It's a beautiful day where I'm hot. The sun is shining, a little overcast. It's a little cool, but you know what? It's good. Okay, folks, you know what? They talk about food shortage and all of that coming and even famine, right? And folks, I mean, we have all the modernity we need today, like electricity and water right in the house and everything, right? So, folks, what I've been doing, because I grew up back home mostly getting everything fresh from the earth. So here in Canada, where I'm at, we have, this is the saying they put it, we have there's only two seasons in Canada. It's winter and construction. And what does that mean? Road work. And what does that mean? That you know what is in the certain time of the year they fix all the road and stuff like that, and mostly winter. So we hardly have any summer. So we have two two weather here, winter and fixing the road. So this because the summer go by so fast. So this been going on from way back when people been canning. And what canning does for you is that you preserve your stuff without any health issues to it. It get infected out with any bacteria or anything. And in Canada, where I'm at, that's a big thing because you go to the store right now and you get all the canning bottles and canning pots, because pretty soon everybody's gonna can a lot of stuff, because and this is a great way to keep them, keep your produce, especially ground products like beets, carrots, and cucumbers. The smaller cucumber is used as pickle, and I do that so much. And canning is a certain process that you go through. It's If you have patience, you can get it done. So today I'm canning some beets and some pickles. And what this intend that I'll show you. Okay, when you're gonna be canning beets, okay, make sure you get these beets with the roots this still on, and this part, if you buy them with the leaves on them, break off the leaf, but do not cut it off, because the whole idea about this, because you have to boil these beets. When I say boil, just to a certain extent where the knife goes through them. They're not gonna, because they cannot be too soft. But if you cut off all of this part here, both part, when you put it into boil, what's gonna happen is that all of that redness and all of that goodness is gonna come out in the water, and you don't need that, because you need that in your beets. So buy your beets like these. Even if you don't buy one with the leaves on, buy it, but do not cut off the part and do not cut off the roots. Just put in the pot and boil it just like that, okay? And when you boil it, you're just gonna boil it to you don't cut the beet, you put them in the pot whole. See, I have some that done here already. And you just, once your knife sort of go through it, not too easy, because you don't want it too soft, because they're gonna be bottled and put away, okay? So just to a certain extent, when, like, okay, I'm putting the knife through this one that's finished, and it goes through, but it's gonna go through with some resistance. It's not gonna go through very easily. That means it's soft, 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 soft. You don't want that, okay? So those, I am using about 2 pounds of beets, and the only thing you put, I do for my bottling when I'm doing it, is I put onions in the bottle, and that's it. Okay, the brine is going to be with white sugar and white vinegar. White vinegar, okay? No other vinegar, white vinegar. And when you say white sugar, and people might say, oh, but you should use brown sugar. Folks, I told you guys before, the only thing, brown sugar is just molasses added to it to color it. It's the same sugar. So if you're trying to reduce sugar, and I hear a lot of people say brown sugar is better for you, no, it's gonna be the same thing, because the same white sugar just colored with molasses, okay? So like I always say, moderation. So use less sugar, because they're the same sugar. Yeah, it's just colored with molasses. And for bottling, folks, you're gonna get some you go to the even dollar store, and you get your canning bottles, and they come in different shape, because what's gonna happen after I put in These are going to be cut up, sliced up, put in the bottle with some honey, and then I'm going to put a brine. So the brine consists of 2 cups, because I'm doing about 2 pounds of beets. I'm just showing you these one. The rest of them is already cut up. You're going to be using 2 cups of cold water, a cup of vinegar, and a cup of sugar, and you're going to boil that down to a syrupy consistency, because that's going to be in the bottle, okay? And as a matter of fact, I have some going right now, and I just turned off the stove. And also at the same time, you're going to have your canning pot. I'm going to show you what that look like. And the canning pot is going to be on the fire boiling in the meantime, because once it's bottled, you're going to be putting it to be boiled in the canning pot, boiling for about 5 minutes. And that is to make sure that you get rid of the heat is going to kill whatever bacteria is going to be in it. So because what happened with with these canning bottle, they can last in your cupboards for years, because there's a special seal. The bottle is sealed. When the bottle is finished for the 5 minutes, you put it to cool and you hear a click, and after that click, you know it's ready, and you put it away in the cupboard. I have some in the cupboard from last year, because the vinegar is in it, and it's the whole idea to boil up the water and put them in the water for about 5-6 minutes, and that get rid of totally any bacteria, anything that would left in it, and that's it. So these now I done already, and I'm just gonna peel it. I'm wearing gloves today, folks, because I use turmeric and beet a lot, and my fingers is just showing all of it. So today I'm wearing gloves. Yeah, I have no choice, because otherwise I'm gonna have red and yellow permanently fingernails. So this is the beets here. You just peel it off. These ones I boil, and like I said, I did these before. I'm just showing you. So I'm just gonna peel these. So you just peel these. Okay. Let me put on some more lights. Let there be light, folks. Let there be light. I like to use a lot of light. Yeah. So I'm just peeling these quickly. The rest of them are peeled and sliced already. And show you the whole process. So the brine is already boiled down to a syrup. And so I'm gonna show you how I slice these. And like I said, folks, when you put them to cook, you just gotta make sure the knife just barely can go through them with a full resistance, because you don't want them to cook very soft. Okay, that's not the because they're gonna be cured in a liquid. And folks, so right now when I'm talking about food shortages, you can can a lot of foods, a lot of stuff, so you take it tomorrow morning. Right now, if there's no food, you have these in your cupboard, you just take them out. And pickled beets is one of the nicest things. The carrot and the oh, I forgot, I'll show you. These are the cucumbers that I'm gonna be these are baby cucumbers, and you know that these pickle, you eat on your hamburger, you eat on it so much thing. And you see pickle, folks, this is one of the best thing for your stomach. When you eat some pickle or sauerkraut, because these are fermented, and these are the best thing for your stomach when you're eating, especially when you're consuming meat, pork and chicken and stuff like that. Some pickles or sauerkraut, which is made from fermented cabbage. And also for your stomach, which is also good too, is papaya. But these pickles, I'm going to be using the baby ones, okay? So some of them I'm going to be cut, and some of them I'm going to put in the bottle whole. And like I said, so if time get hard, you take out a couple of those pickles and heat it, and a couple of your beets, and you're good. You can also can your onions, your carrots, turnip, chocho, anything you can and put away, because this is going to be because the time is going to come when the lights are, there's not even going to be any light, folks, and this is not conspiracy theory. So just try to plan ahead, because where we are like I said, in Canada, it's cold most of the time, and the growing season is very short. So this is why canning, a lot of people do can a lot of stuff. And some people just do it for the fun of it, but some people do it as a way of preserving, because when you plant a lot of stuff in the summertime and come winter, this is the best way to keep all, because these stuff don't keep in storage for long before they start growing and start to go bad. So you can them, and you have food right around here. You can just about anything right now. Anything, because what happened is that you have that brine that that keeps them, and like I said, you can keep this for years in your fridge. I've you know, so and nothing will happen to them because they're sterilized, because you put that's on the fire. Yeah, that's why after you pack it, you put it, you boil it, so they're sterilized. So that's the beauty of canning. You know, your stuff is clean, no bacteria in it. You know, so that's it. And I'm telling you, they said, believe these people when they tell you that food shortage is coming and famine, folks. So, and this is the way I'm gonna slice these now, folks. I'm gonna slice them, you know, not too thick. Like that. And like I said, folks, these are gonna be the nicest things when you take them out to heat it. Very nice. And how you heat this when you're having supper, you know, this is like almost like you just take out a few pieces and put as a side, and you heat it while you eat your meal, especially your meat and stuff. And guys, because beet is so good for you, it has in so much, and it's for your blood, especially number one. Yes, the red is, it is true, it's for your blood. Yeah, it's very good. This is one of the best vegetable to can. Turnip is good. Chocho, or chocho in some country they call it Christophine. Though you can can all of that. So one day I'm gonna go through the process of doing a more you know, do some more fruit vegetables, all the different kind of vegetable that can be canned. But and folks, it's not very expensive to do, because if you buy your vegetable, if you have your garden right now and you plant, and you just have a can, and when I say canning pot, as long as you have, you can use any pot, but you have to have something down in the bottom of the pot to protect the bottles. Otherwise, you put the bottle right down and the bottle could break. So, but I just buy a canning pot years ago. As a matter of fact, I have more than one of them because I do a lot of canning, and can a lot of my stuff, because when I was planting, living in a house, I live in a condo now. When I was living at a house, oh my God, you should see the stuff. But I still have access to you know, plant stuff. I have lots of family and friends who still in the house, so I get, by the end of the season, I get lots of all my fresh stuff. So my callaloo and stuff like that, and the callaloo I just wash it properly and just bag them and freeze it, and right through the winter I have callaloo. So yeah, and you could buy also spinach and do the same thing to it. So folks, that's all. This is the beet here. These are all cut up. So now I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna cut some, I'm gonna make some slices of pickle, and I'm gonna leave the rest for whole. But I'm gonna see how much can hold in my bottle here, because I like them when they're old, folks, and they're so crunchy. So let me see how much gonna hold in this. And the pickles were already washed, properly washed, and these bottles are sterilized. When you take out a whole pickle and you eat it, it's so crunchy and nice. So let me see how much gonna hold in this bottle right now, and then the rest I could just slice up, because I think I have about quite a few. Anyway, you know what? I'm just gonna cut up some and to do a bottle, in a bottle, and I have a few bottles. Right now, I'm just gonna deal with the onions, and what I use is Valdez. Do not use red onion, folks, because especially for beet, you're not gonna get that result. Use white onion, and I'm using right now sweet Valdez onion, any white onion. It doesn't have to be, but I like using these ones, Valdez, because they're very flavorful. And I like a lot of onion in my stuff, you know. So, and these are going to be packed in the bottom and at the side, okay? And then you put the brine over them. So right now, let me just yes, folks. And like I keep saying to my Jamaicans and all people who live place where it's warm, please, folks, plant something. Start planting. If you don't start as yet, start planting something, because remember, guys, you are at a place where you have sunshine. Even for electricity bill, I see people in Jamaica people get together and help each other and get some solar. You know, help each other and get some solar, because look at it this way. If you're paying $60,000, like I have a friend told me the other day they were paying $40,000 a month, and it's gone up to $60,000 a month. And if you calculate that few people out there good paying that kind of money, why don't you have a get together, you know, and help each other. You help come together, help one person get it on their house, and then you go again and help another person get solar on their house. Because folks, a lot of people not gonna be able to afford electricity. Because when I see people telling me that they're paying $40,000, $60,000 for electricity, folks, something is wrong. Something is wrong right there. You know, something is wrong. Isn't right. You know, so, but people, you got to unite. You got to get together and do things to help each other. And that's going to be the only saver. You know, time, as the guy says, stop the fighting and get together and help each other. Because how are you going to survive, you know, right now I hear that gas price also is so high in Jamaica. It's high everywhere, but when you look at Jamaica where the minimum wage is, you know, and a lot of people have to drive to go to work, how are you going to survive? You have to get together, carpooling and do things like that. Leave some of the car off the road. Get together and do some carpooling. And, you know, people, you guys have to get together and get smart about things. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of hardship. It's hardship everywhere, but you know what? You guys are going to have a lot of hardship if you don't come together. And so, folks, this is what you do. You put the onion, some onion in the bottle. I'm going to do my pickles first. You put some onion in the bottom of the bottle. I also put a few cloves and allspice. Let me grab my cloves. You don't have to use both if you don't want to. I just will use both of them is very good, very nice. A little of both in it. So I'm going to be using a little of both. Because these are two very excellent, two of the top of the line herbs. So I put a few cloves. Everybody does a different way, you know. Some people doesn't put in any spices, but I love them because they give and I put a few seeds of allspice. And okay, so I put some onion down there, and if everything is gonna float, so I'm gonna start placing in my pickles, and I'm gonna use the smallest one that's possible. And if any left, I just cut those and do those in a bottle. I'm looking for the longer ones to put in here. And like I said, you can pickles, and just about anything can be pickled, folks. Anything, any kind of vegetable, you know, can be pickled. Just about any vegetable can be pickles. No restriction, at least I don't think so. Carrots, turnip, chocho, cabbage. Like I said, cabbage is one of the best fermented thing for you guys, for the stomach, for digestion. You know, when you do it into a fermented cabbage, you do what is that thing I told you early on? Sauerkraut, and that's a big thing. I think that, I don't know if it comes from Germany or not, but I know they're very, very big in it. And all sauerkraut is fermented cabbage, and that is the #1 thing for your stomach when you're eating. You know, especially people who trouble with a lot of stomach issues. Sauerkraut, you eat that along when you eat, especially with meat, because when you eat all that meat, folks, and that's the meats, when it starts to, you know, breaking down in your system, you know, it's not a good, it's not. So this one is a pickle right here, folks. So I'm gonna do the beets right now. Okay, so that's the pickle right there, and I am going to do the beets. So I put some onion in the bottom of the bottle, and like I said, folks, do not use red onion, because it defeats the purpose, especially when you're doing beets, right? Because the onion is red and your beets is red, and so therefore that wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm just going to put in a few cloves. And I also put in a few allspice. And the brine is going to be coming afterward. I'm just putting everything right now. And then I get the brine. It's all, so what you do, after you throw in your 2 cups of water, your cup of vinegar and a cup of sugar, you let it boil down to a you know, boil down to a certain sort of a syrupy thing there. Okay, so I'm gonna put the beets right now in. I've done some of the pickle already, so I'm gonna put the beets right in, and the water is boiling already. So you put some beets in there. You can put some more onion on top of it. So as you go along, you put beets, onion. It depends on how much onion do you like, and like I said, I like lots of onion in my stuff. Onion is another antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-fungite. It's so anti, folks. It's good. So anti, it's so good. So then don't make it too compact, folks. Okay, don't make it because you're gonna have to put the brine inside there. So don't, you know, overdo it. Don't do it too full. I think yeah, don't do it to the point where it's just so full. I think all of these could be, this would be fine. Yeah, for this one. Yeah. I don't want to do it too, yeah. So folks, this is the beet here with the onion, and that's going to be also ready pretty soon. And all I'm going to add to that one is just add on the brine to it. So I am just going to make these are going to be sliced pickles, okay? And you slice them not too thin, and I like to slice them at an angle. So I have one with whole beets, whole cucumbers, and this one is going to be just going to put everything here and get rid of some of this. So this one is going to be sliced, folks. So, and I think one bottle should do it. Like I said, I have early on, it's 2 pounds, about 2 pounds of beets, and I did some already early on. So these ones I'm just doing to show you. I think I have to cut up a few more pieces of onion because that definitely not going to be enough. And pickled cucumbers, folks, it is so nice. You could just take it out, you use it in your salad, you use it in any kind of dish you want to do, and again you just heat it along when you're eating in the evening. You just put a few pieces on the side and heat it. And guys, this helps the digestion so good because these are fermented, you know. So these are the things that you heat when you're having especially meat, you know, because once the meat starts to break down in your system, you know, that's really rotten meat there. And that's why a lot of people have so much health issue with their digestive system. So for that, you do fermented stuff. And papaya is a big you know, thing for that, for the digestion. Okay, so I am going to make I hope they can hold in this bottle. I just want to be on the safe side. I'm going to be using the bigger bottle because this might not hold. So I'm going to be cutting up a few pieces more onions. These are going to be going into the bottom. And like I said, you could put a layer of onion, a layer of beets, a layer of onions, a layer of beets. The same with your pickle. I'm putting a few cloves and a few allspice. Okay. Like I said, the spices are optional for people who, you know, but for me, I like the flavor of, I think I'm going to have to cut up a piece more onion right now, folks, because that's definitely not going to be enough. And onion is also a good part of, you know, the preservation of it. The onions, all that nutrient in the onions and all of that help to you know, to preserve it. So I'm just gonna be cutting this one on an angle like this. And one day I'm gonna be, when I can, most of the end of the year, when all the food, all the fresh, because I like to do fresh stuff. This is why the beets that I do, I get the fresh beets in the store that have the leaf and everything on it. And you know, so when the summer comes, so I put in a few more onions down there, and I'm gonna be putting in the pickles, the cucumbers. These ones are called pickle cucumbers, the smaller ones, and that's mainly for doing that. So you just add some more onion, and once you put the brine, it's gonna bring it all together. Okay, so you put a few more onions, and you put some, I think this should all hold in this bottle, I'm hoping. Cut up the onions. Come on, all of this are gonna hold out the bottle here, folks. All of it are gonna hold. Yeah, cucumbers is very flexible. Because the thing about it, you don't want to put just a half a bottle. You could do that if you want, but I don't like that. I like to have a full bottle. Yeah, so there you go, folks. So we have old pickles, cut up pickles. Let me just get rid of all of this stuff. And then I show you what the end product is. And in 5 minutes, folks, 5 minutes is going to be boiled. The water is boiled already, so I just put it in for 5 minutes. So, folks, this is pickle cucumber slice, and this is pickle cucumber all, and this is the beet right here, sliced up. And right now, I'm just going to be adding the brine to it. Okay. And the brine is consists of vinegar, sugar, and if possible, use filter water, folks. So I'm just gonna be adding the brine to it, and that's what's gonna keep it. And you see, it comes all the way up, about right there. Yeah, you don't want to bring it all. That's it. And I hope I have enough brine. Well, if not, you know, I just go and get some more make a few more for the other bottle, because at times you can be off. But I just want to do this. So for the pickles, wow, and you can see, oh yeah, a little bit more. So I think this should be enough, you know, folks. Yeah, I think this should be enough. Come on. Yes, folks, it's enough. It's enough till I have about a quarter cup left over, because I did so like I said, you don't want to fill it all the way up to just, you know, not even to cover, because once that thing get going, and you're gonna have that, it's gonna go in the pot right now for 5 minutes, and that's gonna seal it. That's what's gonna seal it. So any bacteria still left, which I doubt right now, but that's the preservation part there, folks. Like this, you could make as a pickle and put in the fridge without the boiled vinegar and stuff. You know, like how you would do your pickled pepper and stuff, but you can't keep it out. This now you keep out in your cupboard for years, because this is treated. You know, this is the real thing. Okay, the vinegar and see if I get all in there. Yeah. Yes, folks. So, folks, that's that right there. So, as a matter of fact, that is all done right there now. So, it's just the next 5 minutes to seal all that beautiful flavor. So, folks, I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer and show you the canning. So I'm going to seal the bottle right now, folks. And don't shut it too tight. Don't turn it too tight. Because what's going to happen, once it starts boiling the water, that's going to seal it. That's why when you take it out, when it's finished, you give it a few minutes and you hear pop. And that tells you that, you know. So when you put the cover on, do not seal it too far. Don't make it too tight. I don't know if it would explode or what, but don't make it too tight, okay? So the water started to boil now, folks, and I'm gonna take you closer. So these are it right now. Let me get the cover for that one. And you cut your close. You do okay. You do this. You close. Very so subtle. Not to okay. And you leave it at that. You don't twist it around and like you know you're gonna tighten it so it don't come out. No, don't do that. That's not a good thing. So folks, I'm just gonna bring the camera closer. So that's my canning pot going, and I'm just reheating the water because I had it boiled before. It was boiling before. So then I'm gonna stick the bottle in for 5 minutes. So let me show you what the bottle is gonna be sitting on in the bottom of the pot. What is a canning thing look like? So this is what you have to have in the bottom of your pot, folks. Because you see, so the bottle rests on that. Otherwise, if you put the bottle right down in the bottom, then they will broke because they're sitting right on the eat. So this is it. When you buy a canning pot, make sure you get this piece. Okay, and if you don't have a canning pot, get anything like this and put in the bottom of your pot. I've seen some people fold up towels and stuff, put in the bottom of your pot, but I won't do that. So put your bottles in right now. All your bottle in. And the water is going to be way up. Once it starts boiling up, the water will come all the way up. So that's it. Because you don't want, then you're going to have the water boiling over. And it's going to go for 5 minutes. It's going to heat up back pretty soon. Okay. That's good. Yeah. You have to really situate them good, folks. But once they start boiling, it could be... Oh, I could feel the hot water on my hand. Okay. Yeah. And once it start boiling up, so what I do, I just cover it so it go... Yeah. And in 5 minutes. And always use... I have a bottle... lifter, but it's in storage. Like I said, folks, I downsize, so when I downsize, I have to keep a lot of stuff in storage because I don't have the space. A certain time I go to the storage for things and I forgot all the stuff to take out. Yeah, I don't mind downsizing, folks, because it's good for me. I don't need a lot of space, a lot of room. This is quite good for me. So the house is no longer, and I just downsize to my needs. And for my need, I don't need no 6-bedroom house. It's just me alone. No, I didn't have a 6-bedroom house, folks. That's using that as an example. But I know people who lives in them, and only they and their partner, and they have it. So I said, you know, good for them. Me, this is the happiest right now in my little condo. The only thing I miss, folks, is planting my, but I still can go plant my garden. If I have place where I can plant my stuff, so that's no problem. So I am loving it right now. You don't need a lot of space to live. You only can sleep in one room, folks. One room. And once you see, especially within my country where we need to eat it. I remember years ago when the light went down, folks, because the furnace is fueled by, if you don't have the furnace plugged in, then the furnace won't go. It's electric. And that went down in some places here for 2-3 days, folks, and people have to run to places that will still eat it. You know? So, and if you have a smaller place, you know, it's much better because that's the next thing that's coming. Yeah. So be smart, folks. Start thinking about big things and think smartly about survival. Because when the heat go down in the 5-bedroom house, you will freeze to death in it. You know, or you probably can gather in one room and try to stay warm. And also your pipe will burst. So, you know, so basically that's it. In my one place, you know, it's always warm. Always warm. And that's what I'm looking for right now, survival. Not materialism things. That can't help us in the end, folks. In the end game, none of that material things gonna help. The only most important thing in life, folks, to keep us, to sustain us, is food. Clean food and clean water. That's what the body needs. And the big car and the big house and even the money, you're gonna at some point want to buy stuff from people. They're not gonna sell you any food, they want it for themselves. So what you get right down to, folks, is to plant your own food. You store stuff and all of that. And canning is one of the best way to preserve food. And even any kind of food, yam, any kind of Caribbean food can be canned. Because this is the process that do it right here. Any kind of food. Yeah. Because when I buy my ground food in the store, I bring them home and I blanch them, peel them, wash them, put them in the freezer. I could do the same thing, canning them. I've seen people in can chicken, can meat, put them in bottle, and you do a whole year, and it's good because what you're doing is almost like what your ancestors used to do, started pickling. It's the same. It's their invention that we're using right now. Because back in the day, they didn't have any electricity and they did not have any fridge and stove, and it was wood. And right now, I can tell you this, folks, we're going to go back to that days. A lot of people can't see themselves using anything but gas or electricity, folks. You know, we're heading back that way, folks. So I'm just giving it, you know what, it's going to take 5 minutes, so that's the process there. I just want to show you the process because I don't want to keep this too long. And when it's finished in 5 minutes, I just take them out. And always use a thong or a bottle thing to get them out, folks. So that's going to be about a 5 minutes thing. So, folks, I just want to show you what the final one look like. Because I have, you know, bottle. And like I said, folks, I do everything. I do all my herbs, buy them fresh, wash them and dry them, and I do my own turmeric, my own allspice, I crush it, my own parsley, anything that green out there, buy it, you can wash it, dry it, and if you have even a blender, you could blend up them once they're dry, you know. And as for the process for garlic and ginger and onions, that is a dehydrated process, and I show you that video is up there, and I did some the other day and show you also. You're just gonna slice up your garlic very, you know, thin, put it in the oven on the lowest, or if you have a dehydrator. And like I said, I do not do mine with a dehydrator. I prefer it because to me it comes out much, I get a much better color coming out of the oven. And it's a long process, like but you just leave it there and you do a daily process. You put it in like early in the morning, and by the time you're ready to go to bed, they're all dehydrated, and you just grind it up. And that way, folks, you know, it's just fresh stuff. You know, no, I'm gonna show you something here, folks, that a lot of people go on about whole wheat and flour, and tell you that whole wheat flour is better for you and white flour is better for you. Folks, you gotta read a lot of your packages. Read a lot of your packages. Right now today, folks, start reading your packages, because I'm gonna show you something. The same thing I told you about sugar a while ago. People talking about white sugar is bad for you, brown sugar is better. No, it's the same thing. It's just color. So, folks, I'm gonna show you something here. Anyway, that is boiling there, folks. I'm gonna shut off very soon because I don't want to make it a long video. So these are the things that involve white vinegar, white, or whether you have brown or not, the same sugar. And this is optional, I would guess. I put my allspice and my cloves. So these are the things you need for your brine. For the brine, so you will I did 2 pounds of beets, and I did 2 cups of water, 1 cup of vinegar, and 1 cup of sugar. and any sugar you want to put, because sugar is all the same. They're all the same. So I'm just going to show you this quickly. It's boiling there right now. So folks, here we have flour, right? Okay. People telling you, oh, whole wheat flour is better for you, white flour. So I have all-purpose flour here, and I have self-rising whole wheat flour here. This is what in flour, folks. So the whole wheat flour here, this is the all-purpose. And even the all-purpose flour you have, okay, so you basically have your wheat flour, benzoyl peroxide. You know what peroxide is, folks? It's a bleach. So to get the flour to be a white flour, it has to be bleach. So that is benzoyl peroxide, niacin reduced iron, thiamine, and monoiterate, I don't know what that is, and riboflavin, folic acid, aminolase, and ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is lemon or lime. Okay, that is the all-purpose flour. This one here is the self-rising flour, and you know, I think they said self-rising flour. This is the one I bought because I don't really use a lot of self-rising flour. That's why I tell you. And so these are the ingredients in the self-rising flour, folks: enriched flour, benzoyl peroxide, amylase, ascorbic acid, niacin, iron, thiamine, monoiterate, and riboflavin, folic acid, choline, salt, baking powder. That's what's in it. But the main thing in there, folks, is peroxide, because that's what they use to color the flour. Benzoyl peroxide. So when you hear people talking about whole wheat or white or this, that's what's in flour, folks. That's why I rarely eat flour. There are several flours out there you could use. You could use cassava flour, plantain flour, potato flour. There's lots of flour out there. I'm not trying to knock the flour company, but I'm just showing you there what, because a lot of people, that's why you get a lot of people, you know, read the label on stuff, folks. Read your labels. Read your labels. And, you know, that's it. So flour, white flour, how it became white is because it's colored with peroxide. Bleach. So there's no difference between whole wheat or white flour, no difference between brown flour, brown sugar, or white sugar. They're all the same thing, folks. All the same thing. It's boiling away, folks. So anyway, I'm not going to keep you any longer. So folks, this is the finished product here. I did this one early on this year. I think this is around, I put the 22, so this is this year. A few months ago I did this. I did these ones. And those are beets. And those were kept in the cupboard. I did those I think I did those, I always dated them. This one is October 31st, 2021, and this is 2022 in the month. Let me look at it on, see if I can see the month. So this is what I'm telling you, folks. These things preserved for life. For life. And this one, it was done in January of this year. January 31st, 2022, and that one was 2021 in that one was done October 31st, 2021, and this one was done in January 31st, 2022, and these are all beets. And I just opened one of these bottles. I think I opened one of the 2021, and it's the nicest thing. So this is the final product here, folks, and this is all that's needed for the brine. You will be needing white vinegar, white sugar, because or if you prefer that, you think brown sugar. I had some allspice, and for your seasoning it, you're gonna need an onion, some onion in the bottle. That's all you're gonna need, and basically white vinegar, white sugar, and your onion in the bottle. And like I said, this is optional. I put my allspice and my cloves in it. And this is preserved beets right there, folks. That is preserved beets right there. That's what they look like. These ones are done a year apart. 2021 October, and this one is 2022 January. And these are all that you need in it. I don't have salt, no salt or anything. These are your preserved beets, and they could last for years, folks, for years. Okay, so that's it right there. That is the end product right there. And these ones, the 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure is up. So I'll show you. You can see the colors of the beets of the thing changes once it's boiled. And these are preserved right now. So I'll just show you. Take out the bottle and show you the folks. This is the one that's just preserved. You see the cucumber, the colors change. You see the clarity. And this one, 5 minutes. And you're going to hear a pop from the bottle soon. And then that tell you it's good to go. That means you can lift the cork off the bottle. When you hear the pop, then after that you can, if you want to have it open, you can open it. So that is a preserved pickle, sliced pickle right there. And the other ones are in there. So, you know, basically it's done. That's it. So folks, at this time, quickly, I've gone through my YouTube thing, and I just want to thank a few folks. I think it's Gija Radio, Ranks Production, Asian Method, ML Kate, Marie Turner was sent by fire over Richard Brown and Jamu. Thanks a lot, Marie. And this is C. Moss Geller, and it's sent by fire. Thank you again, fire. And Neil Nelmar, so also sent by fire. Thank you again, fire. Big up yourself, fire. Burn it down to the ground. That's from Richard Brown. And my friend Deacon. And Marie, I have to big up a lot. Marie's one of my biggest one up there. Tamsin up the town. Marie and Melbourne. So thanks a lot, Marie. And Chef Barat. I don't want to pronounce it and, you know, pronounce it wrong. But Chef Barat, thank you very much. And this one is Rapolis Kitchen Cooking and Baking. Thank you very much for subscribing and supporting my channel. And like I said, go over to Richard Brown and Jamie, who have fires over there. Thank you, fire. Big up yourself, fire, and big up yourself, everybody over there. And Marie Mello, please go over to her channel and support her, folks. Okay, and thanks a lot again, everybody who have subscribed to the channel and supported me. I appreciate it. Much love. Okay, and you have yourself a blessed day. Thanks a lot. Peace.